Hey guys, today's a special day. I got one of my close friends from Texas, Waco, Texas. He's going to be joining me here in a minute, and he's got some exciting things going on in his life. But I want to ask him a couple of questions that kind of I want to know about. So we'll bring him on in. That's Shannon, devoted patriot. Hey,
Hey,
Shannon.
folks, how's everybody doing today?
Hey.
Great to see you, Dave.
Yeah, good to see you too, man. I got to ask you this. This is, when I saw this, I go, really? I want to know how you did this. When did you meet this guy? That's Joe
Um,
von Pulitzer.
I met Joe von Pulitzer. That was the same day that he got anthrax or whatever that poison was at the Reawakening tour.
Oh, really?
I met him. I was walking in the front door of the Reawakening tour in Dallas a couple of months back when General Flynn and several of them were there. And I
Wow.
got a few, both conventions I've been to. I've been to CPAC and the Reawakening tour in both events. I got some great pictures with people like Matt Gates and Roman from Epoch Times. And this
Wow.
particular event, I walked to the door, and there's two couches as you walk in the door. And sure enough, Joe Vaughn's sitting on a couch with some woman. He was sitting there
Oh,
conversating
man.
with, and I walked by him, and I didn't really want to bother him because he was in a conversation. And I walked by and I walked around the inside of the building a little bit, and I was like, "No, I got to go get a picture with him." So I went back to the
Cool.
front
Cool.
door, and I caught him by himself for just a short minute. And I was
All
like,
right.
"Why you got nobody talking to you? Can I at least get a picture with you?" I told him, I shook his hand. I told him I appreciate everything that you're doing for our country. Told him it was an honor to meet you. It was just
All
great.
right.
I was actually real close to the stage at that Reawakening tour.
Uh-huh.
And I literally seen everybody go up on stage. I mean, everybody from I was like 8 or 10 foot from General Flynn, and a lot of these great patriots. There was a lot of medical people there. There was a lot of politicians there. There was a lot of all walks of life for sure. Not just conservative Republicans there, but there was people there talking about the mandates. They were talking about a little bit of everything. They were talking about what needs to happen to our country. Peter Navarro was there on the live screen. That was great. He's a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
guy. That was if I'd have known that event would have had so many great people, I would have think I would have bought me another phone or something because I run out of video footage time just pretty quick. I mean, it's easy
Yeah.
to
Oh,
burn up
yeah.
20 or 30 minutes of your time
Hey,
with
I
the
want to tell
filming.
you something that before I forget, because I'm an old guy. I forget sometimes. You know that the U.S. Convoy is starting right over the hill from me Wednesday. Up in they moved it to Atlanta, which is right next to Victorville, and so I'm going to shoot on up there. And I believe Jennifer from Sweet Home California is going to go up there too.
Right.
So you'll be seeing some stuff, hopefully from us. And then,
Perfect.
yeah, I noticed that Capitol Hill is putting the fences back up for the State of the
Wow.
Union. You know, the convoy is heading there.
I
So,
heard that was supposed to happen. I haven't really heard any confirmations, but I've
oh,
been
it's
hearing
already
that.
going. They've already got over 1,000 trucks supposedly going to meet at the stadium up there at Atlanta. And
Will they be will they be considered insurrectionists the minute they show up, or will that be later?
well, I don't, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know what you mean. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, their biggest, hardest campaign that they're stressing is, reminding everybody this is a peaceful, and as least disruptive as possible. Uh, as far as to the community and people out on the road and stuff like that. So in other words, they'll do like the guys up there. They'll stay to the right lane, allow regular traffic to go by them and so forth. So I'm kind of excited. This is going to kind of be neat because this is happening in my backyard. It always
Right.
seems to be happening somewhere else. So this is going to be exciting. So you guys, yeah, make sure you tune in. It's happening on Wednesday, and I'm sure there'll be many people streaming it live. I think it's about 10 o'clock California time is when it's going to take off. But I'm sure there'll be cameras and things rolling way before that, maybe even the night before. I don't know. So that's
I
going to
hope
be fun.
I hope the mainstream media starts covering this more than just a 2-second clip about it. I hope they get to what this is all about.
Yeah,
And I don't know if they will, because they're padding the left with their conversation, but there's got to be a clarity at one point for the media to say, okay, we've had enough of the BS.
yeah, I know. Well, and the other thing is, I've been looking at a lot of the media on a lot of these issues, and man, it's amazing how the bias really shows up. I mean, as they talk about it, they do little things like they downplay the significance. They also try to make people seem like they're radicals or fringe or whatever, and it doesn't matter what it is. I know there was a gal up on a stage talking, and I guess she's a lawyer, and she's been doing a lot of stuff for civil rights and freedoms, civil liberties and things like that. And because she was part of what they're doing with the convoy, all of a sudden she's a loony, all of a sudden she's a fringe, and everything they said had a slight little twist to it to kind of defame her a little bit. So
right.
It's
always the narrative. The news cannot just tell the truth anymore. They've got to spin it to be about something else. Have you noticed that? It's like they've run out of things to blame it on. They blame Trump for everything, and now that he's not in the picture as much as they'd like him to be, well, they got to blame somebody, and they don't want to blame each other.
They still blame Trump, whether he has anything to do with it. It's just,
I know, it's crazy.
If you're a conservative, it's Trump's fault, period. So.
Well, just like everything's racist too. If you don't agree with a Democrat, you're a racist. And that's that narrative. I think most people see through that. I've got several black friends here in Waco, people I deal with, whether it be Junkin or just friends of mine down the street, my neighbors and things. And there's not one of them that I know that believes that Kamala Harris is the right one for the job. Not one of them believes that he picked her for any other reason than for the optics of trying to get more blacks onto his party.
Yeah.
And they realize this stuff. These people are not stupid. The Republicans, the Democrats, the blacks, the whites, the Mexicans, we're not stupid people. We see what's going on. Yeah. You can't color code everything into a box and let people see tunnel vision, because that's all they see is the racial card. I think they played their hand out. Now everything that's called racist is just laughable at this point. They've watered down the term. If something actually racist did happen, how would you know? It's crazy.
I saw that clip of Kamala at the Ukraine meeting. I mean, they asked her some questions, and typical Kamala, she just kind of like floated around, said a bunch of stuff, and really didn't say anything. And I can't believe it. And I'm like, for us, I was embarrassed. That she is representing us, to the world.
Do you know who Ron Clayne is?
No.
Do you know Ron Clayne? He is a Secretary of State for Biden, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
I've done a couple of videos about him in the past, and he is really part of the problem. He is the one that's in Biden's ear the most. He's been Biden's right-hand man for 10 or 15 years, and he's got every single Democratic package for the last 15 years pushed through, even though he hasn't been always a part of politics directly. For about the last 15 years, he's had his hand in every single spending package the Democrats have pushed through. That tells you this guy's got a lot of influence. Well, one of the things he does is he coaches everybody from Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. He's taken every one of these people under his wing and showed them there's a right way to not answer questions. There's a right way to skirt the conversation. He's taught classes on how to do this stuff, and he teaches these politicians how to have a political recourse on a question without ever having to answer the question.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm sure it's just like a drama class. I'm sure it's got to be on some level, but there's all kinds of etiquettes that they pretend to uphold while they're politicians. And in order to do that properly, they've got to be groomed into how to act for the camera, how to lie to the media, how to avoid the question. All this stuff is tactics. This stuff doesn't come naturally. This is trained information.
Yeah.
I just I like mentioning his name because he's such a creep.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I know I pulled you off from work to come go do this. We all have to work.
Yes, sir.
True.
I'm on my lunch break, actually.
Is there anything you want to say on closing? And hey, guys, if you want to check him out, I'm going to put all his channels and stuff down in the description so you can get in touch with him and so forth. I guess you're out there on Telegram, locals. You're just about everywhere, right?
I got a small Telegram channel. I've got about 150 people over on my locals. That's where I'm at when I'm on strike. I don't use it as often as I should, just because of time purposes. I do want to get on this Truth Social now that it's out today. I'm gonna try to sign up for it pretty much immediately.
Yeah,
but truth be known,
it's mostly the Apple app is operating.
Right, that's what I see. I see it's not easy on my phone. I got a wrong kind of phone, so
yeah, I went on there and it's not quite going. As far as on the browser, it's not going yet.
Right,
but I'm keeping an eye on it.
My plan is, since I'm already at 2 strikes in on my first channel, my plan is to go to my other YouTube channel, Devoted Patriots 2, and go over there and try to. I've got 250 subscribers over there. I figure I've got 2,700 subscribers on my other channel. Hopefully, I can build this other channel up enough over the next several weeks that I'll have an option to have both, because I don't want to be running on 2 strikes for 90 days. That's dangerous.
Oh yeah. Well, and then constantly.
And so what I want to do is certain topics like Durham and things I will talk about on my main channel. But when it comes to the selections and things, I'm just gonna have to force myself to put all of that content on my Devoted Patriots too. And so I just want to tell everybody, if you can't find me, I'm off for 2 weeks. I am on locals. I'll still be on the Fox and Archibald show and on this network every chance I get. But when I come back on, I'll be on both channels, but mostly on my Devoted Patriots too, because I want to build it up. I want to get my subscriptions up. I want to get my following equal up over there. That way I'm not sitting with 2 strikes on me at all times.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now I understand why you need 2 channels. I didn't realize before. Now I do. But just go check me out on my other channels. Go give me a sub if you haven't yet. A lot of people know about my other channel. A lot of people don't. I don't always mention it. I'm not faithfully religious about mentioning my channel and my other channels.
It'll be down below. It'll be down below.
All right.
So,
perfect.
Everybody just go over there and give him a real quick sub. Even though you're subbed to his other channel, make sure you sub to that one. And then, hey, then we can always get our daily dose of Devoted Patriot, right?
Perfect. Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm going to get in here and eat me some lunch.
Okay. Thank you for coming on, and we'll talk to you later, man. All righty. Bye-bye.
Later.